Hello, everybody. We have a nice hand, actually. Pretty sick curve. We got Vendetta, Welcome to Umara Raptor. We're on the draw. I would have preferred this on the play, but that's certainly fine. I don't know what our opponent's deck looks like, but this is not bad at all. Alright, so our opponent leads with the Mountain. No turn 1 play, which I'm completely alright with. Fifth land, not the best draw there, but again, we're on the draw, so that's basically a free card anyway. And we've got our Vendetta mana up. But like Welcome turned into a Umara Raptor is going to be pretty sweet for us. Okay, so the question is he mono red or not? Alright, so no 2-drop makes that a lot better for us. And this is going to be sweet on turn 4, because it's going to let our flyers basically just kind of blast in, and meanwhile we'll have our wonderful escaped null there to absorb any damage. Welcome turn. Da-da-da-da-da, welcome turn. You go get him, old tourney. So is he mana screwed, or is he playing on a red? I'd be shocked if there was no turn 3 play. If I draw a Surikar Marauder, I'll Vendetta and play something. Yep, that's getting Vendetted. That's getting killed right now. Let's go Gadget 2-drop. Wow. We also appreciate the moment where I actively called my shot. That's awesome. All right, we're just gonna do this at sorcery speed because I'll be honest, this is gonna be the best line of play. I cannot let Brimstone Mage get active on it when I have like guys with only 1 toughness. All right, I get it, board. All right, I get it, Steam. I have friends. Then of course we're gonna go right in on this bad boy, swinging in for 2, of course, with our Welcome turn, because let's be honest, Welcome turns are good. And then we'll follow it up with our Surikar Marauder, and we're off to the races. This is a pretty good draw for our deck, I'm not gonna lie. This is an ideal sort of situation where we're looking at right here. Now you see here we got ourselves a little bit of an issue. I watched Super Troopers the other day. It was fun. Alright, does he have another Brimstone Mage? God, that'd be dumb if he had another Brimstone Mage. No, he just has a Molten Ravager. Alright. I could technically go ahead and play this. I'm going to do the landfall trigger, though. I want to get in for 4 points of damage here. And then I'm going to go ahead and play my Umara Raptor. If he wants to waste his, like, however long to ping me for extra damage off this guy, he's more than welcome to. Off the Molten Ravager. But I can wait a turn to deploy my escaped null. I would rather play another flyer out and put our opponent on a much faster clock. I think that's a much better option. I will be honest. Let's be honest. So far, so good. We stayed disciplined that draft, which is nice. You know, we just took stuff whenever we needed it. We were able to prioritize cheap cards. Had a couple nice wheels, like the Disfigure wheeling and stuff was pretty decent. But I think all in all, it's a testament to, you know, just sticking to your guns in a draft. Or at least knowing that, like, when you're way too deep to change anything. Interesting. So a Ruinous Minotaur. So does that mean he has a 1-drop too? He's got a Goblin Guide. So he swings with Goblin Guide here, right? Yeah, I'm not blocking that. If it's a land, I get it in my hand. That's sweet. Oh, it's not a land. It's a Heartstabber Mosquito. Well, I guess I just take 2. Oh no, my card. Whatever could it be? Legasp, a Heart Stabber Mosquito. Alright, now this is the part where I give my number to all the girls that's hot. And we just swing Insect. So he is playing Mono Red then. And we're just going to go ahead and run out our Glorious Escaped Null. Or maybe, let's see, we're at 16, he would have to kill us then. No, I'm just going to play Heartstabber Mosquito. Well, let's think about this. I'm on turn 5, 6. Yeah, no, there's no point in waiting to play Heartstabber Mosquito. Because one land, and he's dead. Or I can just trade Heartstabber Mosquito for Ruinous Minotaur. Yeah, and besides, with this board, there's no interaction for him. He just loses. Like, unless he's able to kill one of my flyers mid-attack, in which case I'm fine with that, because then I'll just play Escape Null, and then over the course of a couple turns. Like, at max, I'm looking at 12 points of damage here, and that's if he pumps the Molten Ravager the entire way. Whereas he's looking at 8 points of unblockable damage, 3 from flyers, 1 from Surikar Marauder. Now, he could have Pyromancer's Swath, which would just blow me out, because that would kill Welkin Turn and Marauder. And then he could do that, hit me for 8. I would respond, hit him for 4. He'd go to 4, and then I'd play Null, and I'm still in good shape then, actually. So, not terrible. Maybe he just scoops here rather than show me other stuff. What am I missing? Well, first things first, let's reveal our card because he's attacking with the Goblin Guide. So I get to put that Swamp into my hand. So that's nice. That's a dead draw that I no longer have to worry about. Again, I'm looking at 7, max 12 points of damage. In the course of... Maybe it's better to just block the Ruinous Minotaur. Yeah, maybe it is. I'll play this conservatively rather than just, go for it. Because he could just pump, if he loses the Ruinous Minotaur and then he wants to pump Ravager, he's more than, he'll waste his turn, basically, and then I'll still get him in the long run, whereas if I take the 5 from Ruinous Minotaur, he sacrifices a land, but then what does that really do? Yeah, no, blocking seems good. Slaughter Cry. Okay, so he did have a combat trick then. And I just take 2. No, I take 4 because he pumped he pumped the Ravager. Seems good. Good to know that our opponent has a Slaughter Cry in his deck. That seems very decent. Yeah. Well, we got our land out of the way, which was thanks to our good old buddy the Goblin Guide. I think there's no point in not crashing in for 6 here. At this point, I want to make sure, again, Pyromancer's Swath is a big thing for us now, because it just goes boom, boom, kills both of our guys, and then if we only attack with 2, it's a 2-turn clock with a Mara Raptor, as opposed to if he does that now, then it's basically a 1-turn clock with a Mara Raptor regardless of that. So now our opponent has to actually kill 3 of our creatures, basically. And then find a good way to kill us. And I don't think he does with Escape Null. Escape Null is actually a huge problem for him. Because he either has to waste a removal spell on it, or it just gains us half of the life back that we had last time around. Still, I might need to sideboard in some creatures. I don't know how many creatures I have, but Zoth Shade might have to come back in this. I mean, I can try and race him with Welkin Turns, but that doesn't seem very good. Now when our opponent has a Goblin Guide and a Ruinous Minotaur. Yeah, whereas our Into the Royal actually seems really good in this matchup. I think I'll side into the Royal. And any other creature we can get. our lovely little hands-on. Alright, so Escape Null got us there, so he's given us the concession. Which is... Man read my mind. Alright, so let's look at our sideboard here. So our Welkin turns are probably not going to be that great against our opponents. But then again, what is? I think our Into the Royal is definitely an option. I think it's just important to have something like that. I think Zoffshade's not terrible either. But then again, I don't know what I would side out for Zoffshade. Trusty Machete seems okay. I'm going to actually side out Machete and Crusher. I don't think Crusher's actually very good again this matchup. By the time we get Crusher active, I don't think we can actually win with him. Whereas everything else, I think, is fine. He didn't show us anything that has one or more power or toughness except for the 0/4 Molten dude. Otherwise, I'd actually side in the Arrogant Bloodlord. It might actually still be better to side in the Arrogant Bloodlord. I'm going to try it. I'm going to try siding in Bloodlord. Ugh, that's disgusting. I don't want to do it, but I did. This hand is unkeepable, which is very annoying. Still, that's okay. We're all right. He mulliganed that game, so it's only fair that we mulligan this game. Am I right, folks? Ugh. Yeah, we'll keep this. This is a little dicier. The Goldraz Spectre is not super great. We do have an Into the Royal on turn 2 to alleviate some pressure, and it's nice that he didn't have Goblin Guide there. Alright, there we go. That's a little better. Now we've got a 3-drop. We've got a 2-drop, we've got a 3-drop, we've got a 4-drop. 2 of which fly, which is nice. It'd be good to start getting, like, our Disfigure is going to be MVP of the match. His lack of 2-drops as well is just very clutch for us. I say as we draw our 2-drop, which is as we luck sack essentially. Alright, so this hand went from a really rough hand to a pretty good hand in very short order. It's really funny though, the Goldraz Spectre with the Into the Royal, like the natural tension between these cards. Like, I want my opponent to have no cards in hand, but here I am bouncing a card to my opponent's hand. If he plays Ruinous Minotaur, I'm just going to leave Surikar Marauder back. He didn't. Instead, he plays that guy. And the reason that I was afraid of putting Arrogant Bloodlord into the deck is now an active card, which is good. Still, Bloodlord blocks all of his two toughness guys pretty well. Landfall's decent. Gotta make sure we're doing that. Now our Into the Royal is really good because we can kick it and draw an extra card in case we start running out of action. We're still technically even on cards because of being on the draw, but you never know. Sometimes the extra card makes a huge difference. And Into the Royal is just a great card in general. Like, it would be a good card if you couldn't kick it. Like, it's just bouncing a non-land permanent for 2 mana is at instant speed is good. But because you can kick it, like, the added flexibility to it is just very nice. I do like added flexibility. Now, what is this that's about to happen? So just tap in 4 mana. A Blade Tusk Boar, you say? Well, gosh golly darn it. Whatever shall I do against a Blade Tusk Boar? I think playing a Nimana Sellsword is actually the best course of action here. Because A, it pumps our Umara Raptor to a 3/3. B, it gives us a blocker if we actually want one. And C, he's got some sick piercings. I didn't really have another letter for that. I think I just had the thing. Basically, we're just putting the beats on right now. I think this is part of the reason I wanted to keep the allies in the deck. For us, like, for playing blue-black, a lot of times you get outclassed. by just mid-range stuff. And having your own like hill giant, having a hill giant in red and green, like that's not a great place to be. But a 4-mana 3/3 in black that actively has no like downsides to it, and that can actually make some of your other guys bigger is pretty good for us. It's not stellar, but it is good. Odd that he's not attacking here first. If I was him, would I attack with Molten Ravager? Probably not. Well, I'm just going to take it. Not bad, not bad. Took my 3 points of damage. Taking my lumps. What is on his card protectors? It's like a half-naked demon thing? Looks like something out of Conan. Ah, there's the Ruinous Minotaur. Excellent work. Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't charge him with the... If he knew he was going to play a card. Ugh. Oh, the brutality. Oh, the sheer brutality of what's going to transpire. So I'm going to put Umar Raptor down. Yeah, our draws have been nothing short of insane this draft. Like our curve is nuts. That's not how that works. Okay, so now I have a 4/4 Numana Sellsword and a Numar Raptor that's a 4/4 and a Surikar Marauder that has landfall trigger. I am going to bounce Ruinous Minotaur into the Royal and then just get aggressive for 12 points of damage. And force our opponent to basically chump block with the Molten Ravager. He is in a lot of trouble right now. Yeah. So this is going to be, so that's 4, that's 6, that's a whopping 10 points of damage on the attack. He can't block 6 of it, which is pretty nice. What is this, Fork Bolt? Seismic Shudder. Well, Seismic Shudder is pretty good. It does get the Surikar Marauder. That's a really nice move on his part, actually. Getting our 2/1 out of the way. Is really, really, really good for him. Because that's the difference between him being at 3 and 2 life. Or 3 and 5, I should say. He's still in trouble. Ruinous Minotaur is going to be able to block the Numana Sellsword pretty well. But I don't know exactly how this is going to play out, especially when I have a 4/4 flyer. We know one of the cards in his hand is this. Okay, so that's going to kill our big flyer. Well played, sir. Well played. Not bad at all. Look at comeback kid over here. Wow, and getting aggressive with the Blade Tusk Boar. I respect it. Which means he's guaranteed to chump block the Molten. I guess because he knows he's going to have to block it anyway, and he'd rather block with the Molten Ravager than the Boar, which will inevitably help him win the game. I can respect that play. Well, the land in hand isn't great. We are obviously going to swing in here for both with 6. There's just no way that we're not going to try and take out Molten Ravager here. Wow, yeah. Spire Barrage. I didn't think he had it in him, but he did. Well done, sir. Well done. And then we're going to play our Ghoul-Draw's Spectre. And now we know that one of the cards in our opponent's hand is a Ruinous Minotaur. Minotaur-tar, tiny Minotaur-tar. Yeah, Ghoul-Draw's Spectre is pretty sweet here. Now we've got plenty of flyers, which is good. I will say, though, I thought that he was not going to survive this long, given our board presence and how just absolutely bonkers our draws have been. I'll be the first to admit our draws in this game were really, really powerful. All right, well, that has been a pretty awesome match. I missed Rise of the Eldrazi and I missed Zendikar. I didn't realize how much I missed those old sets until I did it. Well, folks, I'm Kyle Ott for Draftradio. Thank you so much for watching and for choosing us as one of your Magic content places to be. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see all of you fine folks in our next game.